Welcome to episode number 6. We're making headway. $1,800 a month. We'll get to that in a second. I'm Andrew Moon. I'm the host of Orange Nomad TV. Again, this is episode number 6. We're going to talk about the 3-second blink test when it comes to your website. That's what this episode is all about. Welcome to a very fiery one. This is one that I get a lot of debate on, is website stuff. A lot of folks know that their website isn't working for them, and they try everything possible to try to fix that problem. And that's where we get to the $1,800 a month problem. And unfortunately, I've talked to hundreds of founders, hundreds of MSPs since retiring from the day-to-day MSP game in 2014. Well over 1,100 hours of footage where this problem seems to come up over and over and over again. I want to tell you about a MSP named Phil. And he had been spending $1,800 a month, every month for 7 months with 0 results. That's what Phil was spending on Google Ads because his website wasn't working. So he figured he would go ahead and try to do some Google Ads to get some business. He was getting some traffic. The traffics were real, but the clicks were real, but not a single one of them turned into a conversation. He tried 2 different agencies. Both of them blamed Google. Both of them cashed his checks with 0 results. When I finally took a look at his website and where those Google ads were actually pointing to and directing people to, I understood quite quickly what was happening. The ads themselves were fine. The targeting was fine. The homepage was the problem. That's where the ads were directing, not because his homepage was bad per se, but it was invisible. He had clean design, professional logo, decent copy, but it was completely identical to the 12 other MSPs in the city where he was serving. The same server room stock photography, the same trusted IT support headline, same paragraph about proactive monitoring that nobody reads. He wasn't running a bad ad campaign. He was running a working ad campaign into a forgettable website. And that is the problem that I see so many people. They think that by spending more money, by creating more stuff, that's got to get them results. I did the same thing. Well over 6 figures on marketing, trying to figure the thing out, trying every different thing imaginable. And those are different problems with different fixes. The 3-second test tells you which one that you have. And that's what we're going to break down right now in 4 different ways. We're going to talk about what the blink test, the mechanics of it, the 5 failure modes that I see. We're going to talk about step number 2, which is the double take in our 3 C's framework. And then we're going to come back to Phil in a few minutes. So let's talk about the blink test. And that is the 3 seconds that you have to stop somebody from scrolling once they hit your website. It isn't something that I invented. It actually comes from research. The original study was about trust and credibility, and researchers showed that they showed people websites for fractions of a second and asked them to rate how trustworthy the site felt. The results were consistent. People form a first impression in about 50 milliseconds before they read a single word. Think about that. 50 milliseconds is actually generous. In the real world, a stranger lands on your homepage from an ad or a search result. They have 0 context. They owe you nothing at that point, and they decide in under 3 seconds whether to keep reading or hit the back button and continue on. That's the blink test. The only question the blink test answers is this: in 3 seconds, can a stranger tell who you help and why you are different? 2 things: who and why different. If the answer to either one of those is not really, you're not passing the blink test. And all the traffic in the world isn't going to save you if you can't answer those 2 things: who and why different. Let me show you the things that I've seen on hundreds, probably over 1,000 websites. since I've been doing this. And I have not just skimmed websites, I have really audited websites. And the same failure keeps coming up. I boiled it down to 5 general things that I see over and over again. In most cases, there's actually multiple things on the first page, on that homepage. Number 1 is the generic headline, the trusted IT support of all sizes. Walk me through the last time trusted and all sizes convinced you to actually call someone or fill out a form. Those words are placeholders, and I see that all the time on MSP websites. And if you find that on your website right now, please don't think that that's me calling your kids ugly. I'm pointing out things as a baseline for us to fix them. That's what these video series is meant to do. The second thing is the stock server room photo or stock photography of data centers, server racks, or people in business attire staring at screens. Your homepage looks like a template. People can feel it's a template because they probably have been on another MSP's website and they see the same thing because it is. Let's face it, most of us, we hit the easy button, we get the website template, we get that up, we've bought into some toolkit, we bought into some third-party vendor that gives us a template, and we just slap it up and think, Bob's your uncle, let's go. If your site doesn't has a specific signal on it, people are going to bounce. If there's no ideal customer profile, perfect customer profile signal, if your site doesn't name an industry, a company size, or a specific kind of problem on the first screen, you're not speaking to anyone in particular. And in 3 seconds, they're going to bounce. The fourth thing that I see is features instead of outcome. Proactive monitoring, help desk, cybersecurity, cloud migrations, that's a service menu. That's not a reason to give you a call. That's not a reason to fill out a form. That's not a reason for me to stay on your page. The fifth thing is there's no differentiation. The site looks and sounds exactly like the 10 other competitor websites that they've been to. All you have to do is swap the logos. Nobody'd even notice. And here's the hard truth. If your homepage could belong to any IT company, all you had to do was swap the logo, then it belongs to none of them. And that's what the double take, that is what the 3Cs framework is meant to do. Stage A is all about collecting leads. Step 1 was being the signal, creating the signal to be found in through the crowd of noise. And that was about positioning, who you are, who you serve, what makes you different. We covered that in episode number 4 and a little bit in 5. Step 2 is getting the double take. We want people to say, hey, that is the person who understands exactly what I'm going through. We want the double take. When somebody hits your homepage, they pause. It gets them to stop scrolling and think to themselves that this is the person that understands me. The website, not because it's beautiful, not because it's got great animation, but it's clear to them. A stranger lands on your website, their brain immediately goes through that rapid filtering process and says, is this relevant to me? The double take is that moment that filtering mechanism stops, that they stop scrolling. So there's 3 elements to create a double take on a homepage. The element number 1 is the specific headline, that thing that is right at the top, the hero section of your website that names an outcome and the who, not IT support you can trust. Something like, we keep Chicago's dental practices running without the 2 a.m. emergencies. That's specific, that's a person, that's an outcome. Element number 2 is a visual that supports the headline, not a server room, a photo of the environment your client actually works in. The visual and the headline should tell the same story. Element number 3 is a proof point above the fold. That's the top part of the page. That's a testimonial, not a badge, not serving clients since 2009. That is one tangible, credible result. 93% of our clients report 0 major downtime in their first year. That is element number 3. That's a proof point. And if you can have a testimonial to back it up, a case study, a Google review, whatever it is, that solidifies and makes people stop. So those are the three elements: a specific headline, visual alignment, and one proof point. That's what gets the double take. So you're probably thinking to yourself, like Phil did, oh, geez, I got to redo my entire website. Here's what Phil did not do. He did not spend $10,000 on a website redesign. He didn't hire a copywriter for 6 weeks and go back and forth. All he did was rebuild his headline. He rewrote the headline. He changed the hero image at the top. He added one client result in that above the fold section. 3 changes took him one afternoon. With AI tools, you might be able to do this in an hour. His conversion rate from that same ad spend doubled in the first month. The blink test isn't about the aesthetics of your website. You can have the most beautiful website that fails. You can have a basic site that actually passes if those 3 elements are there. The test is about clarity and specificity, not the design. So start with the headline. Apply this test to a headline. Can a stranger in your ideal customer profile read it and know in under 5 words that this site is for them? Then go through the visual. Does it show the world your client lives in or the technology you use to serve them? Those are completely different images. Then move on to the proof point. What is the number one result, the result that matters most to your ideal client? Put that on the first screen. That's the double take formula. Specific headline, aligned visual, one proof point. You don't need to redesign your entire website. You just need to rewrite your homepage. That's what this is about. That is 100% what this is about as you go through this. So a lot of people get freaked out, think they have got to spend $10,000 on a website. You don't. So we've now come to the next part, which is our keeping the lights on section. And I'm going to go ahead and flip through because today's sponsor happens to be Les Moi. So I'm going to go ahead and play a clip of how we keep the lights on, and I'll see you in the next portion of our show. So let's move to our keeping the lights on, and then I'll show you the components of what make up a vertical market, an ideal client profile. So I'm going to switch over and tell you a little bit about how we keep the lights on around here at Orange Nomad. As I've mentioned at the top of the hour, I specialize in helping MSPs. That is my mission, is to help you solve the problems that I wasn't able to solve, to give you the marketing system that I wish I had in 2008 when all the referrals dried up. That's what I build. So on orangenomad.com, if you want to grade your marketing, see how you're doing right now, just click on the Start Here button, and you can walk through in about less than 5 minutes. You can go through and take our assessment. It is 18 questions in total, takes about 3 minutes. You get a grade at the other side of it, and we'll actually email a grade to you as well. Then you can decide whether or not, hey, do you want our help fixing those things, and getting a plan together? So that is our plan here, my foundation plan here. I build you a 90-day plan based upon where you're at, what vertical markets, the gaps in your budget, and I deliver that through a private plan page within 5 business days. Most times we can do this in less than 48 hours. So I map everything that you do to the framework. We help you with that, your signature hook, your ideal client profile, a month by month action checklist. I'll give you the whole checklist, and I'll show you that in a second, what that actually looks like. I break down budget, give you KPIs, and I include 30 days of our 3C Launchpad marketing execution platform. And that is all delivered like this. So you get a full detailed plan just for your company. We give you the too long didn't read version, and I walk through, given my 30 years of experience doing this, I walk you through every single thing, a snapshot of your business, your website, your LinkedIn, your data. Compile the assets you have in place, give you critical gaps, and then I give you 5 things to do in the first week that will get you a long way from where you're at right now. Then we break down month by month. We walk through all the things to get that built out for collect leads, convert clients, create fans. Again, budget breakdown, KPI targets, they're all there. And as I mentioned, you get access to our 30-day access to our launch pad. And that is this. It is a platform where you can start executing and building these things out in real time with help that I wish I would have had. So on your dashboard, here's the 5 things I ask you to do in the first 7 days. Here is the entire roadmap of where you're at, along with all of those action items from your plan built straight into the dashboard. You can start working immediately. All of your KPIs here. And here's the caveat here. We also have all of the 30 years worth of my brain, the 3Cs framework. This isn't watch a bunch of videos and try to figure it out. That didn't work for me, and it probably hasn't worked for you. So we go through. Here's step number 1. Here's your perfect customer profile. Here's your perfect customer message. And better yet, I have a coach, an AI coach specifically built for the 3Cs framework that helps walk you through all of these. So if I want the industry that I'm in, I just ask coach, hey, help me write my industry, and AI goes to work. And again, this isn't hallucinating on other data. This is built specifically on the 3Cs marketing framework, taking into consideration what works, what doesn't work, and the 30 years of experience I have in the IT industry. So again, AI builds this out, and it takes all of the information we've gathered from your plan, so you're not starting from ground zero. It plugs everything into the plan into the builder from that plan. So it already knows that I work with mid-market financial service firms with 50 to 200 employees managing sensitive client data under SEC, FINRA. And hey, I want to add that to my industry, and it plops it right into, I can make a few edits if I want to. Hey, I don't want that. So we just click apply. And as you can see, this is, hey, what's the prospect size? Go to the next one. The AI coach, the 3Cs coach builds that out, helps you build the plan, helps you get to that execution point. And that is the easy button that I wish I would have had. Building all this out, trying to do it from scratch was a nightmare. As you can see, we can go through this in less than 10 minutes. We can have AI take all of the data that I've compiled in that audit in the 90-day plan and helps create your marketing plan for you. And if you would just want to go straight to the AI coach and ask it questions, keeps those conversations in context. So as you're asking the AI coach over time, it's building the context around your business. So all of that's available, again, from orangenomad.com. And again, recommend no money transfer here. Hit start here, get a grade. We'll help you build your plan if you want help doing it. We also have plans that allow for that as well. Okay, that's how we keep the lights on around here. That's how I keep everything going. All right, that was my sponsor bit. Now it's time to get into actually building, showing you what this works like. And like, we're going to, pick on somebody who's volunteered their website for me to take a peek at this week live. So what we're going to do is I'm going to switch over and we're going to walk through, exactly, again, the homepage. What does it tell us in 3 seconds? And, we're going to look through that, and then we're going to use our AI coach to go ahead and rebuild that for us. So if I switch over to here, so we're going to take Vandelay. So this is my friend Andy. Again, I land on his website. Let's just say that I'm a private equity firm. I land on Andy's website. So I immediately see the stock imagery, the blurry video background, and we help businesses transform the way they work using intelligent cloud solutions. So again, I'm going to be very generous in our timer here and show. Yeah, again, if I'm a private equity firm, I don't know if Andy can help me at this point. So I come through here, okay, list of, again, the features of our service, not necessarily how you help me. So that's the entire website. I land on that. I'm not sure whether or not Andy can help me at this point. So we see those 5 points. So we see the stock photography, the generic headline. I don't see any proof either that you're able to help me at this point. So that's what I'm saying. If we look at that and we think, okay, am I going to stop the scroll? Is this going to stop the scroll? So I'm going to dig in just to find, okay, Andy has different clients. So he does have some clients that he helps in the leisure sector, B2B media, construction, legal. So he's got a few case studies, but again, this doesn't really tell me a whole lot. And whether or not, he can actually help me if I'm a private equity firm, if he's looking for. So, that's what I'm looking for, is that credibility. So when I land on the homepage, people are going to give you I've done way longer than 3 seconds here to be able to rebuild this. So what we're going to do, I'm going to copy this and we're going to go into my AI builder. So again, this is what you get as part of the Launchpad. You get our marketing builder, you get an AI coach. So I'm going to come in here to the AI coach and I'm going to paste this in. Help me rewrite this website headline to be more appealing. Let's just say, since he deals with legal, to a legal prospect. I'm going to let AI go there. So it's thinking. And again, it's using the 3 C's framework. That's why I've done all kinds of video training on it. And I find you're a busy MSP. I get it. Like, nobody's got time to sit and watch through 10 hours of video and then try to figure stuff out. So this is the easy button that I've helped you through this. So again, the AI coach is helping you based upon the 3 C's framework, my 30 years experience built into an AI coach that helps you along the way. So that headline is way too generic. It could be any IT company talking to any business. Let me help you create something that makes legal prospects think, this is exactly what I need. So here are better options that speak directly to law firms. We help law firms stay compliant and client ready with secure cloud IT solutions that provide, again, it's still generic. We help law firms achieve 99% uptime, bulletproof security. Which of these most resonates with legal clients' pain points? Or is there one problem you consistently solve for law firms? So let's say their main problem is, I'm just going to use one that I had, digitizing paper records. And we help law firms go completely digital in 90 days. And again, whatever your company happens to specialize in, what's the one thing that you do that nobody else can claim? For me, we worked with attorneys. So I worked with family-owned attorneys. So we helped family-owned attorneys increase billable hours by 25% in 90 days without adding staff or office space, so they could go home at 5 o'clock. That was the headline on our webpage. And it worked. So here we go. So that's a specific measurable outcome that legal prospects will immediately understand. We help law firms go completely paperless in 90 days without losing a single document. That is way different, way more powerful than just a generic, we help businesses transform. Yeah, you get it. So we help law firms transform paper chaos into digital efficiency in 90 days guaranteed. These are way different. So this headline works because it speaks directly to law firms, not generic businesses. Does this capture what you actually deliver for legal clients? I mean, that's the thing. So my favorite again, the coach is going to help you pick this out. My favorite option is option 1, because without losing a single document, addresses their biggest fear about digitization, that something critical will get lost in the process. But you see my point, whatever industry it happens to be, this is what would be way more powerful on the homepage than a simple generic message. So we could keep going here. And that's one of the things that we do in the double take, we help you do a website audit. So this particular one with Vandelay MSP happens to have legal as one of their primary target clients. So I just said, hey, finance page copy. I'm going to ask the coach, help me write my finance page copy. Again, this is the easy button I was looking for that I didn't have, and I don't see anybody still to this day providing to be able to allow you to get through this. So what we're building is as you build this, it adds to your repository, adds to your library, adds to the context inside the system, so you don't have to go recreate the wheel every time you do this. So here you go. Here's the marketing copy it gave. IT that moves at the speed of finance. Again, it stops the scroll. What are you talking? When deals are on the line, your technology can't be the bottleneck. The problem with most IT providers, financial services firms have unique challenges that generic IT companies don't understand. Investor compliance, regulatory, like it's speaking their language. Why Vandelay MSP is different? We spent 23 years exclusively serving PE firms, hedge funds, and financial services in New York and Boston. We don't just provide IT support. We understand your business. Like, again, very, very specific. This is also the content on your website that AI search optimization is looking for. So again, this is easy, and you can keep iterating on this. If you don't like it, go back and tell it. But if I like that, go ahead and hit there. I can make any changes down here if I wanted to. Then I'm going to hit apply, and it copies it right to my the box here. And all I got to do is copy that, paste it into my website. So you could literally rewrite your entire website with a homepage hero copy, the page copy, your services page, case study highlights. We've got some others in here that give you the SEO keywords for that, conversion copy notes, competitor page analysis, blog talk, like all of that is built in. That's what, again, you don't want to recreate the wheel. It's got to be dead simple. And that's what we are looking to provide with our Launchpad software. So when we think about it, you don't have to go back and recreate the wheel. You're probably in the same position that Phil was, but don't take heart. It doesn't have to be all despair. You don't have to redo your entire website. And this is one of the questions I get a lot. Do I need to rebuild my whole website, or can I just rewrite the homepage? We've kind of already answered that in this video. The homepage is the one page that almost every visitor sees. So that one page that every ad sends traffic to, that's the page that makes the difference. That's the page that breaks your first impression. It stops the scroll at 3 seconds. So you don't need a full website rebuild. Start with your homepage. Doesn't have to, and just test it for 30 days and see what else happens. Then you can continue on to other parts of your site. So what we get almost all of our clients from referrals. Does the website still matter? Absolutely. More than you actually think. Here's what referrals actually do. They introduce you. They generate the call or the email. They hand off that trust to you. That prospect is looking you up. They're going to your LinkedIn profile. They're going to your website. So before they take the meeting, they're going to, and they sign anything, they're going to Google you. They're going to do ChatGPT, whatever it is. They hit your homepage, and in 3 seconds, they decide whether or not the referral that they got has the trust, whether or not that trust is confirmed or undermined. Your website is the second impression every referral can get. And a forgettable second impression cancels that warm introduction. So think about that. So the last one is, how long does it actually take to rewrite the homepage? I kind of just showed you that. 1 afternoon max. If you've done your positioning work back in episode 4, it's way easier to do this. The demo that I actually showed you, Vandelay MSP has identified his ideal customer profile, perfect customer message, signature hook. He's designed those things. He knows who he's targeting. That makes the page setup and your positioning work much different. So again, this could take you 30 minutes to do the headline, 30 minutes for the hero image, jump that into Gemini or whatever, AI tool, maybe 15 to 20 minutes on the copy, and then implementing it on your website, copy and pasting. So the delay most people have is not the work. It's actually sitting down and doing it. in a very time and efficient manner. And that's what I'm hoping to do, is provide a tool that allows you to get through that much, much quicker. So this week's move, go ahead and do that. Here's your move before next week. Set a 3-second timer on your phone. Maybe send somebody a link to your website, and maybe a friend, coworker, somebody. Have them open your homepage on a start a timer, load the page. When it hits 0, they got to stop. And then write down one thing that they remember about your website. What does a stranger know about who you help and why you're different in less than 3 seconds? So that's the blink test score. That's the gap between where you are and where step 2 of the 3 C's framework needs you to be. Yeah, the rewrite follows the answer to that question. So next Thursday, we are going to talk about the lead magnet playbook. So if you want help with step 2, step 3, step 1, whatever it is, again, reach out, orangenomad.com. Start with the free assessment that we have on the homepage. If you want us to build out a full plan that includes a website audit, your positioning, your lead magnet strategy, everything through all 9 steps of the framework, the link is below. Again, 3 seconds, that's all you got. Make them count. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate all of you. Be sure to like and subscribe if you're watching this over on YouTube. And if you know another founder that might need some help in this area, be sure to share this video. Till next time, see you then.